You guys go through this Pizza Bowl every year. It's an exciting thing for them. They get to split teams up. But as a coach, you enjoy sitting back and watch them compete like this?
Love it, and I hate that it ends in a tie. I hate that it ends in a tie. I told them those last couple innings. I mean, those were the most exciting innings, and that's what you're trying to create when you set up this type of competitive event. You want there to be pressure and high energy. That's college baseball. Watch the big leaguers right now. I mean, they act like kids, like they should. I mean, there's excitement, there's energy, there's enthusiasm, and so if anything, that was not the ideal way to end it, but it was those last few innings were fun.
In addition to helping the coaches kind of get a better, even continued better look at their team, what does it mean as far as building the camaraderie and the team, especially as they're getting nearing the off season here?
Yeah, that's the one thing, for most of the offseason. We got to play 2 other teams this fall, but most of the time you're trying to beat each other up. And there's so many competitive events throughout the year with our hit game and our 2-strike game and our hit and run game and bunt competition and controlled scrimmages, and then, of course, the games itself. So, they battle back and forth, but eventually what they do is they earn a lot of respect for each other. And ultimately, it's nice when the season starts when they can all come together and be one team. But we still got the Omaha Challenge, so we still got another event where there's a lot of tension and animosity back and forth.
You mentioned you got to play some other teams this year. Western, Indiana, got to compete with them. Did you, looking back on it, was that something you glad you brought that?
I loved it. I'm glad that we get to do it every year. I thought it made our practices a little more intentional. Hey, in 2 weeks we're playing another team, and there's fans in the stands, and you got to be able to run a tandem relay in the outfield or bunt defense or control the steal. And so I enjoyed it because I thought intentionally we were more focused in practice, and then the games were fun. I mean, it was really good to, we threw a bunch of young guys in one of the games. We threw some of the older guys in the other game, and I think it's really good for the position players, instead of just, something about putting the uniform on. And in this, it adds some pressure, but especially when there's another team in that dugout, that's just like the spring.
Yeah, obviously a lot of guys got to showcase what they can do, but some of your veterans, really showed as well. But Nick Bennett, really one of the leaders of this team, one of the vets, really nice, fall camp and Pizza Bowl.
We because of the amount that he threw last year, we held him off this summer, and he wanted to go to the Cape and he wanted to compete, and he was on the USA watch list, but we just felt for his future he needed to rest, and so he really got healthy this summer, strong in the fall. He looks like most of our pitchers do under Coach Williams. They take the next step. And he's competed since he's been a freshman, and he's going to give you a chance to win every time you flip him the ball. But it was really sharp, especially this last outing in the Pizza Bowl, and that's good because they all need that competition. The young arms need to see what the Nick Bennetts and the older guys, Brian Hoeing and them, do, how professional they are. And that's what the fall is about. The older guys, we're teaching the young guys how you're supposed to play college baseball, but they're really, there's no better teaching tool than what do the older guys do day in, day out.
You hope and takes that next step is Reed Detmers. Showed you a lot of good stuff last year. What do you think about him now?
Yeah, Reed and Bobby were those two, sophomores that threw a lot as freshmen, and looked great. Reed has been really locked in. Bobby's also competed and done well, but that Monday outing, I haven't seen that often where you look like you had 2 Friday night. It felt like a Friday night in the ACC, where those two guys had 3 or 4 pitches going. They were hitting their spots. We were coming off the off weekend, and we did the Susan G. Komen on Saturday, so we hadn't seen live pitching in about 3 days, and they took advantage of it. And but that's Friday night baseball, and sometimes you got to be able to win it late, win it in the bullpen, and you make one mistake and your team's going to lose. That was fun to watch.
Fitz also had a big Pizza Bowl. He's got to be impressed with what you've seen from him.
Well, just like we talked about Roger Williams with the pitchers, Eric Snyder, and Adam Vrabel with the hitters, that's what our hitters do. They continue to get better each year. And we've got a really good junior group with Snyder and Oriente and Stringer and Levy and Wyatt and all those juniors. But Fitz really, he really continues to improve and really probably had the most consistent fall A couple guys are banged up and they didn't get to play, but we're trying to get them healthy for the spring. But Tyler's doing what a lot of our position players have done over the years. Just keep getting better each year, and he's off to a great start.
How has this, really impressive freshman class grown these last few weeks, and anybody jumping out at you?
It's you always tell our coaches, let's not get too high or too low on the freshmen. It's a super talented group. They love the game. They're working really hard. I thought Jared Polin offensively got off to the best start. But what happens by the Pizza Bowl, and Coach Williams is calling pitches in the scouting report, he struggled at the end. But that's what most freshmen do. They're inconsistent. They go up and down. Benefield, Borden, Benellis, Davis, and Metzinger, and all these guys, they show you that they can play. They're good players, but it just takes time to be consistent. And for guys on the mound, I thought the freshman arms really competed. Carter Lohman, Kerry Wright, Jack Perkins, you saw today, and probably, I won't say the sleeper of the group, but Garrett Schmeltz probably threw as well as any freshman, and a little under the radar because he's not drafted and doesn't get all the hype and the rankings and everything, but showed us this fall he's got a chance to be a really good college pitcher.
So what do you guys got scheduled out until you do hit that off season? And
well, we want to still compete, and fortunately with the 4 hours they give us on the field, we want to get BP, fly balls, ground balls, but we also want to have some competition going, whether it's a controlled scrimmage 1 day a week, whether it's a hit game and some other things. So we want to take advantage these next 4 weeks to still get on the field, teach the game, compete. But for me, I always look forward to let's get in the weight room. Let's get over to the football facility, lift like a football team. This is their 4 to 5 week period where let's get strong. We'll still hit, we'll throw. We're always going to play the game. The kids love the game, but this is the time you can really focus on who needs to put on some weight, who needs to get stronger, who needs to put the ball down, not throw it all. So this is a valuable time, especially for that freshman group where they've never really worked this hard in the weight room as a group, and we've been doing it since they got here, but now that becomes emphasis number one.
Excellent. Appreciate it, Dan.
You got it. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Good
no
stuff,
problem.
man.